Hi everyone, today in this video, I invite you to have some time traveling with me back to North Korea. This is 2020, last summer in Haesan, the city where I grew up. In the North Korean standard, Haesan is one of the richest cities in the country. Therefore, even though I say it's ordinary lives, but they are in one of the most privileged people in North Korea. Looking at this, my people's daily life being in America, it almost looks like they are stuck in the 16th century. I've never lived in 16th century, but I read about it, and it seemed way more like what I experienced in there. In North Korea, nobody is holding their digital device when they're walking or sitting. Everybody very busy working. She's making cabbages for the winter. And look at all those North Korean houses. That is the one thing that I remember about my country. Being there, I don't really remember seeing much color. Every piece of land is for growing food. And look at the car that I remember the car. That is the fanciest transportation you can get in the country. That car burns oil, and people also get into those little fights in the town often. Those roofs you see, they don't block the rain or snow entirely, so there is so much leaking inside the house, causes so much smelling. It looks like a slum, but this is third richest city in North Korea. Children still look very happy, but I do see the hopelessness in people's eyes. There's no hope, and they don't even know what hope is. When they are born, they think that is what life should be, and they think how all of us are living on this earth. They have no clue about the lives that we are having here. Do you see those wire fences? That because it's a border town, the regime put those wire fences so people cannot escape. And women are always working in those manual things. They are putting the roofs on the house. They do everything. As you can see, all those firewoods. Because there's no gas or electricity, people are using those firewoods to burn and cook things. And in their yards, North Koreans don't have gardens because they have to make the crops everywhere they can find. Just their lives are very simple because all they have to do all day long, all their life, they have to do is surviving, finding food so they don't have to die from starvation. And this is just look of all the North Korean cities. And it reminds me seeing those sunflowers. And North Koreans in Haesan, they love sunflower seed. I see some animals there, and at some point Kim Jong-un confiscated them, but I think some people still have them. And children in North Korea learn how to work. I learned how to cook at 7, so everyone in North Korea knows how to work. And these are clearly children. Most of children do not go to school in North Korea. We learn propaganda anyway, but they cannot afford to go to school. Even though it's a free tuition, but in reality it's not. The teachers demanding so much bribes, so children stay at home working and do all the domestic works, and parents go to black market and trade and find food for the family. Now I'm looking at it, I never thought the homes were that small, but everything is so tiny in there. I remember we are like 4 people, or even 5-6 people. We would sleep in the tiny room, all in the same room together. And I cannot even imagine right now cooking like that, but that's how we cook things outside of the house. We burn woods, and when it's raining, it's so hard to start fire, and when the wood is very cold in the winter time. They dry those cabbages and plants because if you dry them, it lasts way longer and you can use them in the winter time. Because winter plants don't grow and people have to get ready for them. Thank you for watching, everyone.